So Mercari has introduced something that, in my opinion, is going to completely change up the game. I'm pretty excited about it. If you want to know what it is, go ahead and stay tuned. So let's see what Mercari is doing. For the month of July, they're doing something called the Fashion Exchange, and exchange it for credit if it's not right. All right, and so what they're going to do is it says it's a new way to shop fashion items worry free. If your purchase doesn't fit, you can easily exchange it for Mercari credit. Sellers get paid as usual with no extra hassle. I love that part. And Mercari handles the rest. For additional information, please visit our Help Center article, and we're going to look at that in a minute. Limitations apply. And then it says why you'll love it. Hassle-free exchanges. Buyers get full credit back for what they paid, even shipping, taxes, and fees, which is great because, Mercari has those extra fees for shoppers. Doesn't fit or smells, exchange it for Mercari credit. Sellers get paid, plus Mercari directly handles eligible exchanges. And I think that then exchanging it for Mercari credit will help with people returning something for buyer's remorse. They're going to have to reshop on Mercari for to get their money. So to see eligible fashions, look for the Fashion Exchange banner on eligible listings before you buy. All right, and it wants to say that you should be on the latest version of the app to access the feature. Number 2, try it on, check it and smell at home. You have 72 hours from delivery to request an exchange, which is the thing that I love the most about Mercari. You only have 72 hours to look at it, unlike eBay, who gives you 30 days, to return something, which if it's an electronic item, I understand that and get it. But for clothing, it doesn't take you 30 days to know whether or not it fits or if you want it. Exchange it with ease. Request an exchange in the app. Ship it back with a return label. Once received, you'll get Mercari credit, valid for 30 days. And note to sellers, if a fashion exchange is initiated, you will work directly with buyers to handle exchange for you and auto rate your transaction. All right. So, and things is for does not fit and smell, and what's eligible is men, kids, and women's. Items priced at $100 or less, shipped from the U.S. Bundles of all individual items are eligible for a fashion exchange, and all items in the bundle are sent to Mercari for exchange. Not eligible items priced of $100, shipped from Japan. Bundles with any items that are not eligible for a fashion exchange. So let's look at the help article. So how do I know if an item is eligible? I already said, gave some of the things for that. Look for the banner. It's under $100. Return reasons, they went over that. It tells you how to request an exchange. You have 3 days from the delivery date, and then there are steps there to tell you how to return the article. With that, how does the credit work? The credit can be applied to all purchases made on Mercari. As I said before, you only have 30 days in order to reuse it. Okay, and then they go over, what to do if for some reason your order wasn't eligible or if you didn't get credit. And they said they reserve the right to deny an exchange in the event that the item is not sent to Mercari. So that's why I love this. It's going to be sent back to Mercari. It doesn't seem like you're going to have to deal with it as a seller. And sole discretion doesn't match the item for which the exchange is requested. I like this because I recently had a customer on Poshmark, because Poshmark does not allow you to return items because of fit. You have to reposh it. So what they said was that the item has a smell to it. I got it back. I didn't smell anything. I even handed it. My brother was visiting my parents at the time, and I had the item with me, and I was like, smell this to make sure I wasn't crazy. He was like, it doesn't smell like anything. I'm like, exactly. So to me, them having to send it to Mercari if they say that it smells, and them having to verify whether or not it smells, is going to deter people from, in my opinion, making false claims so they can get their money back. So I really like that part. As far as whether or not an item fits, I've seen where people say they don't like to take measurements. And I really recommend that you take measurements and put the measurements in all of your listings. There's a new app called Smart Sizer that I use that is free for right now. You just take a picture of your item and lay it flat, or like I usually hang mine over the on the back of the door or whatever, and it takes the measurements for you. Now, of course, you need to double check and verify to make sure the measurements are correct, but that's a quick and easy way to put measurements in your listing without you having to worry about taking pictures with with these measuring tapes, like taking 3 extra pictures. It'll be just one picture. It'll have all the measurements in that one picture. Like I said, you re-verify that the measurements are correct and you put that in your listing. So if your deterrent was because you didn't want to take all of those extra measurements, pictures of measurements or whatever, don't let that deter you. I think that could help cut down on people, number one, returning things because it doesn't fit, and number two, asking you questions, because there are going to be people who want to put measurements and things, and if you're like me, the items are stored away somewhere and you don't want to have to dig them out to retake measurements, because a lot of times when people ask these questions, they're going to ghost you once you give them the answer. They're not necessarily going to purchase the item anyway. So this keeps you from having to answer unnecessary questions if you go ahead and put the measurements in your listings. All right, so let's go and look at some other things that they say about this. So it goes on the eligible period, $100 or less. If it's part of a bundle, the whole bundle has to be eligible. You can't, that's one down part of it, I guess, from a buyer's perspective, is that if you buy a bundle of things, the whole bundle has to be eligible or else you cannot return it. And they will issue a credit that expires in 30 days. We said that before. And so it has to have been purchased within the eligibility period, which is July 1st to July 31st. And you have to contact them within the 72-hour window, which is standard for Mercari anyways, 72 hours. If the exchange is approved, Mercari will complete the transaction so that the seller can be paid, and the customer support representative will provide you with instructions regarding how the item should be sent to Mercari for the exchange. My favorite part. After they receive the item for the exchange, a Mercari customer service representative will review and inspect the item to make sure that it matches the item that has been requested for the exchange. If the customer service representative approves the exchange after reviewing the returned item, Mercari will issue Mercari credits, and the credit will be in your account within 24 hours of issuing the credit. And as noted before, it will be the purchase price of the returned item minus the value of any coupons that may have been applied, buyer protection fee for the item, and if the item is not part of the bundle, the buyer pays shipping fee and applicable sales tax. All right. So, and then they go over the reasons why they may deny the exchange, what we went over before. But okay, so I don't know about you, but I think that this is a great option. Now, whether or not buyers, I think that buyers who are honest buyers are not going to mind this, but I do think that this will help with scam buyers. Of course, people want to scam, but really professional scammers are still going to find a way to do whatever. But I really think that you having to send it to Mercari and them having to verify that the item does smell. And I don't know what Mercari is planning on doing with the item, if the item, like if you're returning it for fit. Like, I don't know if they're, going to send it to ThredUp on themselves or whatever. I don't know what they're going to do with items that, or if they're planning on maybe doing like ThredUp and like That would be pretty cool if they did something like ThreadUp and they like put the returns and have like make the returns available for like in a resale bundle or something like that. That would be cool. So, but yeah, hopefully this will be a success and it will be something that they will continue. I'm looking forward to seeing if this helps increase sales on Mercari, or um, what happens. Because like for me, if I was a buyer, I'm an honest buyer, I would love if I could return something because it didn't fit and I got my money back. And if you're already on Mercari a lot anyways, just getting credit is not going to be a big deal because you're shopping on there a lot anyways. So, but what do you think? Do you think this is going to help, hurt, not make any difference? Are you excited about it, indifferent about it? Let me know below. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you back again soon. Have a great day. Goodbye for now.